welcome to Studying English, Why Should I? I'm your presenter, Andy Barclay, and everybody got their coffee, right? All right.
Yeah.
Compliments to the host.
Appreciate it.
So keep those coffee cups coming. So this is a presentation about why drinking coffee is important. That's a joke. That's a joke. No, seriously. Before we get started, I'm just going to ask you guys a couple questions. And you have some note cards in front of you and a pen. And if you'll just write down a couple answers to these questions. The first one is, what do you guys not like about English? So just write down something that you don't like about studying English. Everybody done? Alright, just one more thing. Alright, now write down what you guys think the study of English is. Like, what is English? What does it involve? Are y'all done? Alright, you can go ahead and pass them in. Alright, I'm just going to read these out loud. And hopefully I'll keep these answers in mind throughout the presentation. And I'll try to spell these concerns. Alright. What you hate about English. I hate reading. Okay? It involves a lot of reading. Alright. And I don't hate anything about English, really. I kind of like English. Hey, that's good. Alright, and then the second one, let's see. What is English? You guys said advanced learning of the English language. Other than grammar and writing, I don't know. That's okay. That's what you're here for. And learning how to read and write correctly. So, all right, that's good. Now that we kind of have like a little basis for the presentation, let's go ahead and get started. All right, about the presenter. My name is Andy Barclay. I'm an integrative studies major at the University of North Texas. What integrative studies is basically it used to be general studies. They kind of adopted this new major, kind of revised it a little bit and made it integrative studies. And you basically pick 3 different fields that you're interested in, and you take advanced hours from each one. So you can pick any 3 fields from the College of Arts and Sciences. And one of the ones that I chose, one of my emphases, was English. I'm really passionate about English. I really like English. It's been my favorite subject to study since I started school. Taken a variety of courses in the English field at North Texas, such as History of Rhetoric. That was a really cool class. Basically teaches you the history of rhetoric, which is formulating arguments, and teaches you about people like Aristotle and Plato and their discoveries and their ideas on formulating arguments. I also taught creative fiction writing, which is that was a really fun class to take. It was actually a short story class where you write 2 short stories, and the whole class, it teaches you from the beginning of how to write short stories. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to go into the class knowing how to write short stories. It teaches you everything you need to know. It's kind of like a progressive class. So that was a lot of fun. And I also took a class called Short Story, which is not the writing aspect of it, but it's it's reading short stories. So you go through, it's back until the early 1900s, and you read these different short stories, and it was really interesting. A lot of fun. All right, previewing the presentation. This is what I'm going to talk about today, and there's a little cartoon there. This is funny to me because I don't know, this just sounds like something I would do. Sorry, man, but bad grammar is no excuse for vandalism. Do you have any milk? Not got milk. Get it?
I got it. That's funny.
Okay. Alright, today I'm going to talk about the appealing aspects of the English field. I'm going to talk about what exactly is the study of English. I'm going to talk about what kinds of classes you can take in the English field at the University of North Texas. I'm going to talk about the advantages of studying English today. And what can I do with an English degree? Alright, first off, the appealing aspects of studying English. If you enjoy reading, literature classes, they offer a wide variety of literature classes at UNT, and they're all, even if you're not a big reader, they're all really interesting topics. They're not going to give you a bunch of readings that are irrelevant and just brutal to read. Every literature class that I've taken, every reading assignment that I've had at UNT is really interesting, and it's really good reading. It's really interesting, and they're from different eras and areas of the world. So if you enjoy writing, they offer creative writing classes, and there's different areas of the creative writing classes that teach you how to write stories and share your stories with the world. And if you enjoy winning arguments, which I think all of us enjoy winning arguments, especially if you're married, rhetoric classes teach you how to form persuasive arguments, teach you the history of arguments and how that is advanced along each generation. Alright, so now, what is the study of English exactly? I asked you guys this earlier. A couple of you didn't really know. One of you said it was the advanced learning of English, learning how to read and write correctly, which is not wrong. And then one of you said grammar and writing, and all those are correct. But the English field breaks down, at UNT, it's broken down into four main areas. The first one is literature, and that is obviously your readings, your historical readings. There's a wide variety of literature classes available from different areas around the world. You got the American literature, the British literature, just different readings from authors throughout time. The second area is writing and rhetoric, and like I've already said, it's about formulating arguments and putting that arguments into writing. Third area is creative writing, which is, there's three different areas to creative writing. You've got fiction, you've got nonfiction, and you've got poetry. And then the last area is language arts. And what comes with language arts is teacher certification. You do your teacher certification through the language arts classes. Alright, now what kinds of classes are in each field at UNT? Alright, literature, you've got world literature available, American literature, British literature, women's literature, there's African American literature, medieval literature, and there's many others too. There's a literature on Texas and the Southwest, and there's Irish literature. Just about any kind of literature in the world that you would want to study, UNT offers it. In the writing and rhetoric field, the kinds of classes that you'd be taking: literary criticism, advanced expository writing, rhetorical history and historiography, and studies in modern rhetoric. All of these classes in the concentration of writing and rhetoric, they're going to help you learn how to be a persuasive writer. On the other concentration, creative writing, like I said, there's fiction, there's nonfiction, and there's poetry. You can take different classes from each one of those, and I like nonfiction, but it's just whatever your taste is on creative writing. And each one, there's a beginner, an intermediate, and advanced levels. So you can start off at the beginning, and it just really just does a good job of teaching you all the way through. And then there's language arts, the kind of classes you would take there. There's a grammar and usage class, a beginning, intermediate, and advanced course in that. There's a class called Methods of Teaching, and that would be one of the classes that you would take if you're getting teacher certified. And then there's a class called Principles of Language Study. That's your grammar and just learning more about the language, the English language itself. All right, advantages to studying the field of English. Studying English helps you become just a more informed person. Literature classes help familiarize yourself with historical references. It's really, really important to become just a well-rounded individual, and studying the literature classes from around the world really helps you do that. You can learn. It's also really important to learn from the past scholars, and so that we can build on their ideas. Becoming a better writer. English field helps you become a better writer. Writing skills are important in so many different careers, not just a writing career, but in so many different careers. You're going to come across a point where you have to write, and whether it's in the law field or whether you're working at a bank, or it doesn't matter. Writing skills are so important in any career that you choose, basically. And then English helps you become a better communicator. Communicating is an everyday task. The better communicator you are, the more success you'll enjoy. Learning how to perform persuasive arguments, learning how to write, learning how to read, learning more about the English language. It really just helps you become a better communicator. All right, this is the question that everybody has when you tell people that you're an English major.
Love these memes.
Yeah, they're pretty good. What would you? So you have an English degree. What do you do with an English degree? Okay, you're limited to teaching, right? Well, on the University of North Texas website, it talks about how English majors, English graduates, go on to pursue careers in a lot of different kinds of fields. Those fields include lawyers, writing, publishing, education, advertising, journalism, public relations. There's a lot of different things you can do with an English degree. It's not just teaching. So, all right. So just to recap, University of North Texas undergraduate English degrees has 4 main fields. You've got your literature, your writing and rhetoric, creative writing, and your language arts. If you enjoy reading and or writing, or want to become a better writer, an English degree might be for you. There's a fantastic variety of classes at UNT for just about anything in the field of English that you would want to learn. There's many careers available to pursue with an English degree in addition to teaching. And there's many advantages of studying English, such as being more informed, becoming a better communicator, and becoming a better writer. All right, now just going to open up some time for your questions, if you guys have any questions for me.
Yeah, I'll ask one.
Okay.
So what's the difference between your writing and rhetoric and then the creative writing concentrations?
That's a good question. The creative writing is more along the lines of nonfiction, fiction, and poetry writing. It's kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's creative writing. It's something that it's a different kind of writing. The writing and rhetoric is more of like the essay style writing, where you're putting together a persuasive argument you're writing an essay, you're teaching somebody about something. Creative writing is more, you have an idea that's not necessarily a concrete idea. It's more of an abstract idea that you want to share with the world through, creatively writing a story. So it's more of a story based than it is an essay based.
I have a question.
Okay.
So, do you have to get your teacher certification if you're an English major?
Do you have to?
Yeah, do you have to do that?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to get your teacher certification. You can if you want to. It's available for you. If you want to teach English, you would choose the language arts concentration. You'd be required to take language arts classes, just like grammar and usage, the ones that we talked about. But no, you can choose a creative writing, and you don't have to get your certification, which does require extra classes. So
I
Yeah.
got one. There's 4 concentrations. If I choose writing and rhetoric, do I have to take writing and rhetoric classes? Just strictly writing and rhetoric?
just strictly writing and rhetoric? No. Well, you would take writing and rhetoric classes, obviously, but you would also. I mean, there are other requirements in each field. You will have to take at least 1 or 2 literature classes. Literature is the constant requirement, and if you are an English major, no matter what the concentration is, you're gonna have to take literature classes. So to answer your question, you will take obviously writing and rhetoric classes, but you will also take literature, and you can take other classes in different concentrations that could count toward your degree as well. So, is there anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you guys for attending today. Feel free to contact me with any questions that you come up with in the future. There's my contact information, my email address. And all right, thank you guys so much for attending today.